Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'll be listing out the proteins that catfish need. Whenever you see a farmer boasting of big amounts of huge catfish, the secret there is that they give them protein. And the protein in the catfish, the protein that they give catfish are snail. Yes, snail contains enough protein. Even in human being, snail is very good. And maggots, yes, you can feed maggots. You can give a catfish maggots. Can give catfish maggots, BSF fly. That BSF fly, they eat it, and the highest protein that catfish need is snail and maggots. Yes, when you give them snail and maggots, they will grow big. If they are 5 months, they will be like 7 months. That is how my fish is. My fish is 5 months, but when I bring it out, it will look like 7 months fish. When you video catfish on camera, it will look small, but real life, in reality, is very big. That is how catfish is. In camera, it doesn't look big. That is how fish is. It doesn't look big in camera. Even the big one, when you video it, it looks like small fish. But in reality, my fish is very big. So I feed them with BSS fly. Sometimes I give them snail. So it's not only that. The things that make catfish grow and look more healthy is doing the basic things. What are the basic things you have to do? The basic things you have to do in catfish are: 1. Changing their water. I change my water every 2 days. But if you want, you can change them regularly. It depends on where you live, and it depends on your location. Is there enough water and all those things? Is what you'll be calculating. Some people might leave their pond 1 week before changing it. It's because of lack of water, water management. So one thing about entering into farming is like you learn management and risks. Yes, you learn how to manage water and learn the advantage and disadvantage on it. And what are the basic things you have to learn on catfish? 1. Wake up in the morning, feed them. 2. Change their water once their water is dirty. And 3. Avoid gas on the water. There's one foaming things that normally comes out from the water. So once you notice that thing, you change the water immediately. When you change water and you notice that your fish is coming up regularly, you know that the water is not good for them. Change it immediately. And another thing is that feed your fish well. When you feed your fish well, 1, it reduces cannibalism. Catfish are very, very resilient animal. They feed on themselves. If one injured, that one that injured, they'll eat it. They'll eat up that one that injured. So you have to feed them in a way. You feed them well, that even when one injured, no one will have time to chase another ones. because they have already filled up. But when they are hungry, they'll start feeding on themselves to sustain. Yes, and one thing again is that once you brought a fish, they'll come in the same size. They'll come in the same size. But when they are growing, they'll grow different sizes. They'll grow different sizes. Like they'll grow different sizes. You see the big one, you see the smaller one, you see the biggest one. That is how catfish is. But my best advice is that once you buy a fish, after sometimes like 2 to 3 weeks, change them, separate them, because that is when their sizes begin to shape. Their sizes begin to shape, to show. So change them immediately. Separate the big one, separate the small one. If not, if you leave them to their matured, you might end up losing countless. Yes, that is one thing. That is one thing that most farmers do. That is the basic thing that you must learn. And one thing again is alkaline. Checking for alkaline in water. The pH. The pH tester. Yes, pH tester. How to test pH. How to use pH tester. How to use pH tester. If you don't know how to use pH tester, you won't know whether the water is alkaline or acidic. So you have to master pH tester. So that is the basic things in catfish. So in my next video, I'll be explaining the different types of fish and their infections, the infections that affect them, and what kills fish. Thank you, and don't forget to like and follow for more tips. Thank you.